Anthony Ascue. Be ready, man. Be ready.
Steve McGowan, everyone. Round of applause for the birthday. Steve McGowan, you are one dirty son of a bitch. You have slept with so many questionable women. How many STDs have you picked up this week alone? Seriously, this guy collects more STDs than a Japanese kid collects Pokemon. I shit you not. Steve, you collect more STDs than a CSI officer collects sperm samples. Speaking of sperm samples, let's talk about your face. Steve, your face is a cross between Biff from Back to the Future and David Caruso's cunt. Steve, you've got so many diseases in you, your blood type is Magic Johnson. I only got 4 minutes, fuckers, I have to rush this. But it's not just your health that I'm worried about, and that's bad. Don't think I've forgotten about your comedy. Steve, every time you do comedy, you bomb so hard the Taliban tried to recruit you as a flight instructor. Steve, your comedy is so boring, Heath Ledger once saw your act, fell asleep, and then never woke up. Buckle up, this one's gonna be worse. Steve, there are more sad stories about your comedy career than there are sad stories written in the AIDS quilt. Steve, I've seen many comics die on stage, but you have died on stage more times than a Chinaman building a railroad. Steve, your comedy is so bad, when the Make-A-Wish Foundation asked you to be the evening's entertainment, the kids said, we're gonna wait and see how this cancer thing plays out. Steve, your comedy is so awful, Carlos Mencia once saw your act and stole nothing. One time, Steve tried to be a rapist, but every girl he ever tried to rape just ended up pity-fucking him. And I promised I'd be short and sweet, so I'm going to close on this one. I wasn't going to do this originally, but Steve, I know you're white, but every time you do comedy, you remind me of a black guy. Not because you do black jokes, but because you fuck fat white women and you don't pay your bills on time.